Good morning, homesteaders. Welcome back. Arizona Unplugged channel. So we had a great success the other day. We were having problems. If you've been following this kind of a series regarding this new primer pump install here at the Off-Grid Homestead, we had some problems with this system. So to kind of catch you up briefly, there is a pump outside that's recessed in the ground in a meter box, and we had to do that because this pump, our original Grundfos water pump, is at a level where when the tanks outside reach about halfway, this pump will no longer pick it up. So we had to install a new pump below the level of the tanks to be able to utilize all that water. And the new pump that we installed does not have a built-in pressure tank like the Grundfos does. Has a little 1-gallon tank there. So we went and purchased this. It was a 22-gallon pressure tank. And we were having a problem with the pressure switch on the pump turning off and on rapidly, really fast. And it drew so much power. The inverter here behind me would be beeping at me, and the whole building would shake. It would just be a mess. It wouldn't work right. So we didn't use it for the last couple weeks since I've had this pressure tank in. But I figured out what the problem was after going round and around. Now, just as backstory, I am a plumber. However, well pump systems are kind of a whole different thing. It's kind of a specialty area, which I'm not really firmly experienced in. But I did figure it out. Basically, the problem was, and if you watch the install video of the pump outside, you know I put a check valve before and after the pump. And the problem was the check valve after the pump, because it is in between the pressure switch of the pump and the pressure tank here in the water power room. So what would happen is the pump would get the tank up to pressure. It's a 30-50 pump, which means the pump will kick on at 30 pounds and turn off at 50 pounds. Just in case you're doing this, the pressure tank itself has to be set just below your bottom pressure. So the tank is set at 28 pounds, and it's really easy to do. You just take this guy off here. They come pre-charged. You can see it's just a little air hose, just like your tires on your car. Set this to 2 pounds below your cut-on pressure. My cut-on pressure, like I said, is 30 pounds, so this needs to be at 28. So what would happen is the pump would pump past the secondary check valve, and then once it reached the 50 pounds cut-off pressure, it wouldn't read the back pressure because I had that check valve there. So that's why it turned off and on rapidly until I just finally turned the power off because I didn't want to do damage to anything. So I basically got rid of that secondary check valve, and everything works perfect. I'm very happy with this setup. So right now we're about 30 pounds. 30 pounds. So this will actually kick on next time someone uses some water in the house. This will actually kick on, and I'll show you what it does. I know the wife's making breakfast, so I'm sure she'll use some water at some point. So basically, we've had this going for about 3 or 4 days now in its current setup, and the nice Grundfos pump is not being in use. I'm actually going to bypass this. I'll keep the pump there and make valves so I could be able to switch off from one pump to another depending on, if we're having problems with this. It is a cheap pump that we installed outside, so if that ever goes out, we'll just switch it over to this pump that we've been using for a few years now, and we're good to go while the other one's being repaired. And the good news is there's unions on the pump outside, so if I ever need to swap that out, they're only a couple $100 at Harbor Freight. I know, Harbor Freight, don't lecture me, I know. But so far they've been working really well. So if that ever goes out, it's just a couple $100 and a couple of unions and a plug, and I could swap that out pretty easily. I just found out yesterday that this air conditioner still works I tested it at the beginning of spring, and it wouldn't get cold, but I just had the settings wrong. So there's an eco setting on there. I turned that off and it starts blowing cold air, so this still works, so that's pretty awesome. I do have a big announcement. Wait for the end of the video. I'm going to announce an event coming up, and hopefully you guys can mark your calendars. But I'll discuss that here in a minute. But the power room itself, maybe I'll just do a panoramic video here. But I did put up a new shelf to get some stuff off of the battery shelves. This is my old battery bank, if you guys remember. It's 20 12-volt batteries. They work fine. They're all still in great condition, but we wanted more capacity, so we installed these 3 48-volt Midnight Solar batteries. They're in parallel here, and we're at over half, and the sun is just now hitting the panels this morning, and we are still over half of our power capacity here, which is great. This will be 100% probably in 2 or 3 hours. We're really happy with these batteries, and also Northern Arizona Solar, where we bought these over in Flagstaff. Really good system. We have our 6,000 watt Ames power inverter. We have our 3,000 watt pure sine wave inverter that runs only this shed. So the water pumps, the lights in here, the outlets, the air conditioner, this is only for this shed. The reason why I did it like this, I wanted to compartmentalize. That way if there's ever a problem, I can easily make a few adjustments here if one of these inverters goes out, to be able to continue powering our homestead here. We do have the Outback charge controller right here. This has been working great for years now. Right now we're bringing in 80 volts. We're only using 54, so we're actually in bulk mode right now, which means we're bringing in more power than we're using. We switch hands here, so a little bit of rework on where all the tools and equipment are. This is very important that you keep. This kind of thing has saved me so many times, and particularly 2 winters ago. Just having the parts, if you're not able to get out like we were snowed in and we needed some parts, I actually had everything I needed, so it worked out really well. So one last view of the water power room. Oh, I also built a desk for, you know, making up wires. We got tools. I still need to organize my tools, but everything else is clean. It's all good. It's kind of hard to see. I guess I could turn the light on, huh? So everything's clean. I do need to take all these battery cables off of the batteries and get this stored, because this, I believe, from what my plans are right now, these batteries are going to be used in my music studio once I build it. That won't be for a couple years. Hopefully these batteries stay good that long. I don't foresee them not, because they're not being used at this time. They still have charge in them, but they're not being discharged at all. But anyways, there you go. If you guys have questions regarding solar power, off-grid rainwater catchment systems, I'm still in the learning process on a lot of this, but we're figuring that out. Just a lot of stuff is just common sense. If you have a little bit of knowledge in electrical and water and plumbing and that type of thing, it'll really help you out if you're moving off-grid, or if you're planning to live off-grid like this. But it's a beautiful day outside, a bit breezy but cool. We've been getting low to mid 80s up here, and we are in July, almost August. So that comes to the big announcement. Please mark this on your calendar. So we are coming up on our 1-year anniversary, our first year out here full time, on August 2nd, which happens to be a Saturday, and which happens to be a day I want to do a live stream with you guys, a real authentic true blue live stream. August 2nd, mark your calendar. It's a Saturday at 6 o'clock p.m. and that's Mountain Standard Time, guys, here in Arizona. So 6 p.m. Mountain Time, August 2nd. If you guys want to join in on the live stream, Depending on the weather, we may do it outside with a campfire. I may do it in here. I may do it in the shop. I may do it in the cabin. I don't know yet. But I want to do a live stream. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. Put a comment down. Yes, I'm interested in the live stream, or yes, I'll make it, or something like that. But mark your calendar. It is Saturday, a Saturday early evening, 6 p.m. If you guys have any questions regarding anything we're doing out here, as far as off-grid life, homesteading out here in the mountains of Arizona, anything to do with rainwater collection and treatment, water pumps, electrical, solar, any of that type of thing, let me know, and we can discuss whatever you guys want over on August 2nd, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And we'll do this live stream. Hopefully you guys can show up. We'll have some fun. So that's it, guys. Still got the generator. This is the next project. We're going down today to a different part of the property where I have, and I may actually make a video about it, our old rainwater catchment tank stand. I have a stand that holds 2 IBC totes vertically. And I'm actually going to take that apart because I'm going to use the 4x6s on this next project, which involves this guy. We're building a generator room right on the other side of this wall. It's going to house the generator, some fuel, a 2-inch trash pump for our fire suppression system, and also a diesel heater that will be piped into this room for winter time because it gets cold here, guys. We get snow, bursted pipes every year. So we didn't get it this year because I insulated everything and it worked out great. But on those really, really cold days, I want that diesel heater outside pumping warm air into this room to protect not only my batteries, but the water plumbing system here. So I may make a video down when we go start disassembling that old stand that we don't use anymore. And we're gonna do some cleanup. It's at the entrance of the property. We have some flagstone down there that the wife wants to bring up here, so we'll be bringing a truck down with us and loading that stuff up and bringing it up here. So that's today's project. I'm just glad this room is done and everything's working great. So super happy about all the progress we're making, guys. And if you have any questions, put it down in the comments box. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Again, almost 1 year full-time off-grid here in northern Arizona. Hopefully you guys can make it to the live stream on August 2nd, 6 p.m. Mountain, and we'll have a good time, I think. So take care until we see you on the next one. Prep and thrive.